Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hookster Talks with me and Mr. TB the Bear. Everyone's fake. Oh look, he's all dusty. He's all dusty, he's TB. Look, let's wipe all the dust off. It's like I just throw you on the floor after these shows and don't pick you up for a week, isn't it? That is what you do. No, that's not TB. You've got your own little place over there. It's called the floor. There he is. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the show. As old, what's his name? Fail Race says on YouTube. Anyone's checked him out. He does some GTA stuff and lots of other sort of stuff. Anyway, hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Let's go straight to the comments. Hello, Mr. Will F1. He says, right, hi you guys, and welcome back to the Moaning Yorkshire. Let's put your comments up so you can see yourself in lovely, whatever you want to call it. Make myself a little bit bigger. That's what she said. Anyway, here we go. Increase the comment size down there and down there. Make it a little bit wider so it fills the screen. There we go. Right. And today we are reviewing the Mighty Matiz and Adams Mark 1 Focus. Yes, we are. Shouldn't he have that on his other channel? You remember that one he invented called the Motoring Yorkshire? Oh, it's such a funny play on words. The Motoring Yorkshireman, yes. Whatever happened to that channel? Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened to that. He launched it pretty much 2 weeks before COVID happened. And he said he was going to have some exciting stuff on the channel. He's going to, do car vlogs and going all over the country. And then COVID happened and we were all locked in. And that was the end of that channel. What a shame. Just timing. Very poor timing. He didn't know, did he? But yes. So that was the end of the Motoring Yorkshireman. Yes. Is no more. The Mighty Matiz. The mighty. Yes, it is. Hello, Plynal Plessy. Welcome to the stream. He says, get Daniel Ricciardo on the All Seasons. That could be a possibility, yes. I've got this week's already done. Unfortunately, I've had a little problem with it because for the first time I've been hit by the limit that my AI-free software gives me, which is 5,000 characters a day. And I was doing it yesterday and it's hit with the limit, so I've got to wait until 8 o'clock this morning before I can continue doing it. Hopefully it'll be done in time. But yes, Daniel Ricciardo could be definitely on the cards for the All Seasons in the future. Will says, we need to talk about Naomi. We will, Will. We will, Will. I like that. Do you like that? We will, Will. Don't worry. How is Naomi annoying? Oh, Naomi's very annoying. She's annoying for me because did I tell you that she got boffed by Flavio Briatore and he was 58 years old? Get in there. Yes, I may have mentioned that a few times in the past because I'm slightly jealous. Yes, slightly jealous. Yes. Will F1, I'm talking about Naomi Campbell, Laurie. Maybe Dave will get you on the All Seasons. all he has to watch your Silverstone vlog to get you the voice of the AI. That's true. I'm not famous enough. Oh, I'm sure you are. And be prepared because at some time in the future your voice may appear. Yes. Unfortunately, it has to be a clear voice with no background noise. So if there's any background noise, unfortunately, it might not work. I'll still give it a try, but it might not work. So you might be off the hook. Yes. The AI voice is very, very pedantic, and it has to have no background noise. Otherwise, it goes all to cock. It does. It goes all to cock. That's why I have a lot of problems just trying to find people who are just talking. Because a lot of people have asked me for commentators, and it's very difficult because if they're doing an F1 race, you've got the cars buzzing away in the background and it's very difficult to do. But anyway, enough of that shit. Carry on talking, Dave. Remember when Josh was supposed to launch that? Yeah, I do remember. I remember it well. Lando Norris won't win the title. Daniel Ricciardo stopped him from doing a Grand Slam. Yeah, just imagine if that actually is going to be a thing. Just imagine if it goes down to 1 point and that 1 point was the one that Daniel Ricciardo took off Lando Norris. Oh my God, that would be epic. Love to see that happen. On Family Fortunes, one of the categories was name a bird with a long neck, and one of them said Naomi Campbell. Love it. Love it. Yes, love it. Get Naomi Campbell on the all. Oh, yes, definitely. In fact, I think I better write that down. Naomi Campbell. Let's write her down. Naomi Campbell. Get Philip. No. We are not getting Philip Schofield on the All Seasons. Just erase that part out of your memory. Think there is no background noise whenever Laurie speaks. I might. Let's write his name down. Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, Laurie. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but you know. Anyway, I've got quite a few lined up because I do them every week. So, you know, it might be a while, but you never know. Look out in the future. You never know. But I got Naomi Campbell. We need Jack Nichols on Hookster Talks. Well, Jack, if you're watching, yeah, do come on Hookster Talks. I don't think that's going to be possible because I haven't seen Jack on anything, and I don't think he will be on anything for good, to be honest. He certainly won't be commentating, and he certainly won't be in the public eye. So, yeah, that's the end of Jack Nichols. Hello, Mr. DJM99. I just love that. I just love that name. It's brilliant. It really is. DJM. It's like, you know, it's catchy the way you say it. It's DJM99. DJ. Okay, maybe it's just me. But more importantly than that, I do love the profile picture, which is Hong Kong Furry. I noticed that. It's Hong Kong Furry. Now, Hong Kong Furry was one of my favourites when I was a little kid. Yes, that did happen at some point. I know you kids will be thinking, no, he's always been this old. But no, I was yes. And Hong Kong Furry, I think, was around the 70s. But I may have got it on repeats in the 80s. I can't remember. But yes, I loved Hong Kong Furry. Yes. Hong Kong Furry. I can't remember the words. Hong Kong Furry. Didn't know where Danny Rick is going to end up. He says IndyCar still scares him. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Scares me as well. Perhaps he'll do NASCAR, maybe even V8 supercars. Get Chris Evans on the All Seasons. Chris Evans. Which Chris Evans? Is that Captain America or the Virgin Radio Top Gear Chris Evans? Is that the one? Ginger Nut. Are you talking about Ginger Nut? It's just you, mate. Okay. The Motoring Yorkshireman channel is still up and active. It is? It is? Are you sure? Are you sure, Mr. Will F1? Get Eddie Jordan on the All Seasons. Oh, yeah. No, he's a good one. A mild-mannered janitor. Yes. You're going to make me watch some Hong Kong Furry now, aren't you? Because I'm salivating. Eddie Jordan. However, on the All Seasons was hilarious. Thank you, Laurie. Yes, I did enjoy that one. Get Dwayne Johnson. Oh, The Rock. I'm just going to put The Rock because it's easier to spell than Dwayne. The Rock. There you go. Get the shouty Chris Evans on the All Seasons. Oh, yeah, I got him. Chris Evans. Jess McFadden was the best, along with Tiamat Marduk. Yes, I did enjoy Jess McFadden. I did enjoy it. Yes. Get Pasta Maldonado. Pasta Maldonado. Oh, but what was Pasta? What nationality was Pasta? Was he, blimey. Was he Spanish? No, was he Spanish? I can't remember. I can't remember what nationality he was, but that's the problem. You see, is whether you see them on YouTube because of their nationalities and whether they speak English or in their own nationality. It's very difficult, of course, to do a AI voice if it's not in English. Imagine a Crawl Room Yorkshire edition. Yes, I could imagine it, but I try not to. The Rock has also been in 17 Fast and Furious movies. Yes, he has. Oh, thank you in the chat. Venezuelan, or Venezuela. Yes, that's who Pasta is. He right? Okay. Yes, he's been in 17 Fast and Furious. I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely amazed with my last all seasons. Have you seen it? I was like, what the hell? Let me go to the tab a minute. Put myself a little bit smaller. There we go. Where is it? There it is. Look, my last all seasons, 406 views. I'm like, what? What the hell? Is it because it says Ferrari in the title? Well, I can assure you now that this week's will definitely still have Ferrari in the title then. Or maybe there's a lot of Vin Diesel fans out there and they enjoyed that AI voice. Maybe that's why it's got so many views. But yeah, I was just looking at that yesterday and thought, Jesus, where on earth did those views? And it's still going up as well, which is very unusual. Usually after about 3 or 4 days, they've reached their peak. But no, it's still going up. Or maybe YouTube's finally been nice to me and recommended the video. So it's like in the recommended section. I don't know. But yes, I was very surprised at that. Considering this one, the other month, like a season finale, it got 92 views. I was like, oh, okay then. That's but then they're starting to pick up again. 156 and look, 238 for the one before that. So yeah, not too bad. But yeah, 406 views for an all seasons. I have to say, not wishing to blow one's own trumpet, but let's just have a look at certain Moaning Yorkshireman's last Crawl Room video. No, I'm not surprised because the race was boring, as I said. I mean, look at my Monday video. Look, 61 views. I'm actually surprised it got 61 views, to be honest. Yes, absolutely amazed it got 60. I was banking on that getting about 20 views. Yes, but there you go. But yeah, very not surprised there. So the Motoring Yorkshireman is still going, is it? Let's have a look. Oh, there it is. There it is. He's got 33 lovely subscribers, but there's no content. There's no content though. News, reviews, tinkering and restoration. Is that like that Batmobile C5 he was doing? What did he actually do to that? Didn't he like clean it a bit and then replace one of the lights at the back or something? I don't know. We've never seen it again. I don't know what he's done with it. No idea. No idea at all, but it's gone into the ether now. It's just disappeared. Don't know where it's gone, but it's gone. Just like the Moaning Yorkshireman channel. Yes. Launched just as Let's have a look to see if it's got a date on it. Oh, that can't be right. That must be. He must have had that hidden away for a few years before he launched it. Because I know he only launched it. He launched it about 2 weeks before COVID hit. I remember it, and I went, oh dear. Because he said he was going to go all over the place, driving about and all that. And unfortunately, we're all stuck indoors. under lockdown, so that couldn't happen. That could. I've got a like from Matt212. Hang on, let me push myself over there. I've got a like from Matt212. Look at that. Look at that. Big YouTuber. Look at that. Wowzers. Wowzers. I can't even remember what I said. What was the video? What was the video? Oh, look, this is my subscription list. Oh, it was, what is the ultimate F1 game in 2024? That was the question that Matt212 posed. And my reply was... F1 97. I just had to. And it still is. In my opinion, it still is. There you go. Can't be bad. Anyway, let's move on to the top story. The story that nobody has been surprised about. And I actually reported this on my Monday video, saying that I thought that Daniel already knew, just looking at his body language, but wasn't allowed to say anything. And here's the confirmation. Daniel Ricciardo has been fired by the Red Bull F1 team and replaced by Liam Lawson. I'm just trying to see a sort of good one to go for here. Let's have a look at global news. I don't know what they're like. Leaving fans outraged. Why are they outraged? Formula One racer Daniel Ricciardo was released by Red Bull Racing on Thursday. It seems that whenever there's an announcement, it always waits until Thursday, doesn't it? Have you noticed that? Yes, always waits. Let's get rid of that down there. Get out of it. Go away. Anyway, on Thursday, it was announced that Liam Lawson will immediately slip into the driver's seat, replacing him on the team. Now, I did say, I think a couple of weeks ago on one of the live streams, that I didn't think Daniel Ricciardo would be replaced for the end of the season, but I didn't have the knowledge, and that knowledge is that, in fact, in Liam Lawson's contract, he had in it that he would be able to drive for that team for five rounds of the season. And, of course, there's only 6 rounds left to go, so it makes logical sense to get rid of Daniel Ricciardo now while we're at the 3-week, whatever you want to call this break, the autumn break. Yes, and put Liam Lawson in. But I didn't know, of course, and nobody did, that there was actually in the contract which said that he was allowed to drive for 5 races of this season. Now, of course, they could have split that up and just had him doing sporadic races throughout the season, but they've obviously either decided not to, or they wanted to keep Daniel going as long as possible and then get rid of him. Of course, contracts can always be, annulled and what have you, but then, of course, it might have gone through a contract recognition board situation, and it could have got very, very messy indeed. So it makes sense for them just really to get rid of Daniel Ricciardo, bring Liam Lawson in, and then that will qualify for his 5 races, because he'll be doing 5 plus 1 more, and then that sorts everyone's problems out and there won't be any legal action. So there you go. It was pretty apparent that the 35-year-old's days with the circuit were nearing at the end. At the Singapore Grand Prix last weekend, he was called into the pits by his Red Bull team ahead of the final lap, giving the Australian opportunity to set the fastest lap of the race. At the race's conclusion, he sat in his car for an unusual amount of time before walking through a gauntlet of supporters who lined up to applaud him. His post-race interviews were emotional, acknowledging he may have concluded his final race. And here's his Twitter, but that was from the other day, of course, where he did that signing off speech. I'm not quite sure, Daniel, about the moustache and the 5 o'clock stubble. I'm not quite sure that's quite working for you. No. It looks a little bit like that. Who was the plumber bloke in Mario? Was it his dad? I don't know. I never played Mario, but he looks a little bit like him, and that's not a good look, Daniel. Not a good look. But anyway, Red Bull, owner of the Red Bull team, made the news official on Thursday, announcing that 22-year-old Lawson will step in for Ricciardo for the USA Grand Prix and onwards. Lawson joined the Red Bull driver program 5 years ago and raced 5 times last year, covering for Ricciardo after he broke his hand during a practice. I've loved this sport my whole life. It's wild and wonderful and had been a journey, Ricciardo wrote in a farewell post on Instagram. To the teams and individuals that have played their part, thank you. To the fans who love the sport sometimes more than me, haha, thank you. I'll always have its highs and lows, but it's been fun, and truth be told, I wouldn't change it. Until the next adventure. And there's a very poignant photo of Daniel Ricciardo basically walking off now into the sunset. Well, he's got 9.4 million followers. That's amazing. That really is amazing. For Instagram, that is very impressive. Very impressive. Most of those probably would have come on board during his Red Bull era, Red Bull proper. But still very impressive indeed to have 9.4 million followers on Instagram. That's not an easy task. And there he is, walking off into the sunset. Of course, not really walking off. He'll be doing something. What that is, no one really knows. As they've just been saying in the chat, NASCAR scares him. And I don't blame him. It scares the shit out of me. So, yeah. And teammates, former teams and rivals all flooded the comments on his Instagram post with well wishes. 7 times world champion Lulu! Lulu! Simply put, legend. Legend. Really, Lulu? Legend? I would have to take issue with legend. I'm sorry. I would have to take issue with legend because that now is classing Daniel Ricciardo in the same category as Ayrton Senna. Same category as Michael Schumacher. And I'd have to say a hard pass on that one. Definitely not legend. I mean, legendary personality, admittedly, yes. But as a racing driver, I couldn't go as far to call him a legend. And, of course, he's made quite a few mistakes in his career. One of them was moving teams so many times. I've said this before. That was one of his biggest mistakes, was constantly moving teams after being at Red Bull. He should have just stuck with one of those teams, but he just kept moving and moving and moving. And his performance just got less and less and less. And in the end, he was at McLaren. And in the end, he got sacked by McLaren. Yes, sacked by McLaren. So, this is the second time he's been sacked by a Formula One team. But he was sacked that first time for underperforming. So, I would find that very hard to classify him as legend. I personally would have changed that to great. That describes Daniel Ricciardo, great, and that's what I'd do. Legend, I think, is a little bit too far out there. Hamilton's current Mercedes teammate George Russell added, "Going to miss you, mate." Mercedes Silver Arrows team chimed in too, thanking Ricciardo for his upbeat energy and the challenge he brought to races. "You've been an incredible competitor over the years," the team wrote. "Thanks for the many fun battles and the infectious energy you brought to our sport both on and off the track." Ricciardo's final Red Bull teammate and friend Max Verstappen replied, "Heads up, mate. Many more beautiful moments to come." Yes, of course, his career in Formula One may be over, but, as a person and as a, he's still got plenty of years left in him that he can, go away and do something. With what that's going to be, we still don't know. Everyone here at VCarb, Maxi Tampon, would like to thank Daniel for his hard work across the last 2 seasons with us. Red Bull team principal Lawrence Mekis wrote in a statement, "He has brought a lot of experience and talent to the team with a fantastic attitude, which has helped everyone to develop and foster a tight team spirit." So there you go. That's a goodbye from the team It's quite nice, isn't it, to have a goodbye from a team that's just sacked you. That's, but there you go. Daniel has been a true gentleman both on and off the track and never without that smile. He will be missed, but will always hold a special place within the Red Bull family. Fans, however, were baffled and frustrated that Red Bull would drop Ricciardo, who is widely considered one of the nicest and most humble F1 drivers, so unceremoniously. Not giving Daniel Ricciardo a proper goodbye is utterly mystifying, one fan commented on X. The whole situation has been dealt with disgracefully. He deserved a proper final race, deserved to be able to speak about it openly so he could fully thank the fans. Absolute joke, another shared. Shame you should have given him a proper goodbye at the last race or announced he's out for next year, but keep him until the end of 2024. Don't get the rush with Lawson right now, but there you go. Yes, now Liam Lawson. Oh my God. I just hope he performs very well out of the box, because that is such a toxic environment to go into. He's got Yuki Tsunoda as his teammate for one thing. And there's been a lot of complaints lately about Yuki Tsunoda's attitude over the past 3 or 4 months. And I have to admit, there is a sort of sneaky attitude change coming in a little bit from Yuki. And I'm not quite so sure that I'm beginning to like it. Yes. Anyway, we will reserve judgment, but he's got that to come into. But worse than that, he's got the whole Red Bull environment to go into, which is so toxic right now. It's unbelievable. I mean, you've got Christian Horner as the boss, not the boss of Visa Cash Out, but they do own the team, obviously. But you've got Christian Horner and everything that's gone on over that. It's just been a complete shit show. Adrian Newey's now left the team in all but name. He's not going to be... He's doing their hypercar, but he's not going to be contributing to next year's car whatsoever. So that's going to be a shit show. And I just think that Red Bull on a whole have just imploded from inside. They just completely imploded. Just go back to the start of the year, 2024. I think, 4 races in? Another win for Max Verstappen. Everyone's saying, oh God, this is going to be, one of the most boring seasons ever once again. And then now we come to the situation we're in now, 6 races to go, and Max might actually not win the championship. It's a pretty long shot, but it's possible that Max might not win the championship. Who would have predicted that at the start of the year? No one, especially me. I'd have said no, but yes. Now, the only problem is we've had this controversy with the McLaren wing, and now the FIA have been complete pussies and decided to say, no, you've now got to change the wing, despite the fact that car was passed as being, within the regulations. So I don't understand why now suddenly, just because of a lot of peer pressure, it's now not within the regulations. That just stinks, absolutely stinks. So McLaren have now got to change somehow the design of their wing so it's more compatible with the regulations. But, as I say, it was passed as being, within the regs before, so they shouldn't have to change a bloody thing. But looks like they're going to have to. The other thing is we've got a 3-week break before the final push of this championship. And unlike the summer break, the factory is not shut down. So, they can be pushing like crazy now to get developments onto that car. And I just feel that if McLaren have to nerf their car and Red Bull come up with some good updates for the next Grand Prix at COTA, this could be a very anticlimactic end to the championship. Yes, it could be. Now, Red Bull have identified a problem that they had with an update that they put on the car, something to do with the flooring, which they put on the car in Spain 2023. Yes, it's amazing how this kind of thing can take so long before it actually starts affecting race performances now. But yeah, apparently an update they put on the car in Spain of 2023 is affecting their performance now. So they are sort of going back to the drawing board a little bit, trying to get off some of the updates that clearly haven't been working recently, and possibly trying to refine that one from 2023 to see if they can get back on target and back on for this championship. I still think Max has got it. I still, don't believe that Lando is going to close that 52-point gap up. I just don't think it's going to be possible. But, 52 points, that's only just over 2 race wins, and there's still 6 left on the table. So it is still doable. It is still doable. And of course, we've got 3 sprint rounds. 3 sprint rounds. That's 24 points for the winner. 24 extra points for those 3 rounds is up for grabs. I think I've said in a previous stream, the sprints are really going to be crucial to this championship. I never thought I'd say that about sprint racing, but yes, they are going to be crucial because every single point now counts until the end. So yeah, there you go. Daniel Ricciardo is out of Formula One, which I did say on Monday. I thought it was, the body language was saying that he'd been dismissed, but it looks like he wasn't allowed to say anything until an official announcement. All this lawyer bullshit just gets me down. It does, but that's the way it is. Even though it's obvious he knew at the Singapore Grand Prix, he was not allowed to say anything, and that's just ridiculous. It really is. But there we go. That's the world we live in these days. So Daniel Ricciardo replaced by Liam Lawson, and I hope to God that he's going to be great. And I hope to God that he manages to get through the toxicity, which is currently at the whole Red Bull campaign, just the Red Bull main team and VCARB as well. It all filters down. Any problems, they all filter down through both those teams. And yes, that's just what an environment to come into. Really terrible, absolutely terrible. But hopefully he'll get through it. All right, let's get back to your comments, because I've been waffling away for 20 minutes. Waffling away for 20 minutes. Oh, look. Wowzers. I've missed. There we go. A mild managed actor. Arathorn, the all-season. Dwayne Johnson, the Just the Rock, Venezuelan. I think that's where I got to. Jesus, that makes me feel old. Maldonado exited F1 in 2015. Yes, he did indeed. But what makes it even older is, if anyone remembers Carmen Jolda. Yes. Next year, in 2025, will be 10 years since she became a Lotus development driver. 10 years ago, and still on her Instagram page it says Carmen Jordan racing driver. Get Paul di Resta on the... Yes. Euganium. What is Paul di Resta doing there? No idea. Don't think he's on Sky anymore. Hello, Mr. Helium Trophy. Welcome to the stream. Has Helmut Marko been on the All Seasons? No, Helmut Marko has not been on the All Seasons. But I'm just going to write him down right now. Helmut Marko. There we go. He got sacked because he doesn't love Hamilton. Venezuelan, same thing, lol. There actually is a city called Maldonado in Uruguay. There is? Wowzers. Wowzers. Do they crash a lot? Do they crash a lot in Uruguay? In the city of Maldonado? I bet they do. I bet they do. I bet their car insurance rates are horrendous in Maldonado. Yes. Singapore Grand Prix. Yes, it was. Oh, it was terrible. Terrible. I gave it the right rating. What did I give it? 3 out of 10? Yeah, that was good. Play one of his videos. No, I'm not giving him extra views. I'm not giving him extra views. What is this? At least Ricciardo is now consigned to F1 history. That's true. That's true. He won't be back again. Well, I say that if someone gets injured, it's possible. It's possible he is now a super sub, isn't he, Daniel Ricciardo? He is a super sub because they haven't got very many super subs, to be honest, have they? I'm talking about experienced super subs, not like young rookies, but actually someone that they just want in there to replace for one race that they know, is just going to basically get the job done. That is Daniel Ricciardo, isn't it? So he's now going to be super sub for the next couple of years, unless, of course, he's found another job and he's off doing that all the time, so he won't be able to. But yeah, he will be now the new super sub, Daniel Ricciardo. Plumber, please, says no videos. Yes, no videos for the Motoring Yorkshireman. He sort of painted it, then left it. Yes. I mean, he's still got enough car and motoring videos to put on the channel. He has, yes. Hello, Mr. Champ92. He says, hello, everyone. Hello, race fans. Keep racing for life. Yes, indeed. DJM99 says, found myself saying, wowzers me trousers today. Such a bad... I know. Stop it. Wowzers me trousers. I don't even know where that started or how it started. It probably just popped into my head and there it was. Sadly, I'm still here also. Here says, I thought I saw an Irish journalist there on your feed. Nadim O'Regan. Probably. And I've probably butchered his name completely, but there you go. I don't even know why I'm even here, but yeah, enjoy the stream all. Thank you. Hello, Bri. He says, hello, having to do this on mute as I'm reading my sister a story. Is it Toy Story again? Is it? Has Woody been pushed underneath the bed yet? Has he been put on the top shelf with Wheezy? Has he been put on the top shelf with Wheezy? That bit was so sad, so sad. That was Toy Story 2, wasn't it? Yeah, that bit was so sad when he put him on the top shelf with all the dust, and I don't know, it just reminded me of a metaphor of my life. A dusty old fossil put on the top shelf and left. Yeah, that I did. I almost shed a tear at that. I did, yes. Up on the top shelf with Wheezy. Yes, just because a little rip on his arm. That was a little rip on his arm. Unbelievable. Laurie says, we all love the steak. Keep me up the arse, F1. Oh, yes, absolutely. And as Will reported to me the other day, it does look like Sebastian Vettel, Valtteri Bottas is going to finish 23rd in this season. 23rd. Yes. There's only officially 20 runners, because there's 20 cars, but of course we've had some replacements, and all of those replacements so far have done better than Valtteri Bottas, who's done a full season. Yes, so he could end up 23rd in the championship. I think that deserves a special congratulations to Valtteri Bottas. Yes, what's he done? 18 races without a point. And some of these hot shots have come straight in out of nowhere. Oliver Behrman, Ferrari, 6 points for him. And just... oh my God. Unbelievable scenes. Red Bull Racing is an ungrateful team. Yes, absolutely. State kicked me up the arse now because of another name change for 2025. Well, I don't doubt it. They've got another name change for 2026. Or have they? Still don't know whether Audi's going to even go through with this, I just got reservations. I just got a feeling they're just going to say, nope, I'm done. Let's get out of here, because I think that would be the best idea, to be honest. Audi need to just go, because that car is ridiculous. And even if they come in 2026, it's going to be so long before that car is anywhere near a championship winning potential, or even, best of the rest, or even midfield. It's going to be so long before that happens. I just don't think Audi want that commitment. You're talking about 7 years from now before they get that Audi into any state of, being a fast car. And would you really want to do that? I don't think they would. So I think their best idea is just to, count their losses and sell the team to someone else and get the hell out of Dodge, because the situation at Keep Me Up the Arse Alba right now is just looking horrendous, absolutely horrendous. As I said in my video on Monday, I don't even know why they bothered to turn up, because they know they're not going to get a point or anything. So why even bother to turn up? Obviously they have to because of the rules and regulations, otherwise they get fined heavily. But, it's just ridiculous. And as I say, if I was Audi, I'd be seriously looking at contract negotiations and saying, no, we've got to somehow get out of this, because this is not going anywhere. Just as VCarb also. Sure, if it's a junior team, but other options had Daniel left not any much, to be honest. Yeah, that's true. Did you know at 58, this says Bois, did you know at 58, Flavio Briatore boffed Naomi Campbell? Really? Really, Bois? I didn't know that. Now, who was the person who told you that? Have you got any idea? Was it Arava by any chance? Was it Benjamin Daly, Tiamat Marjuk? Was he the one that broke that breaking news to you? I don't think it was, actually. I think it was me. I'm not jealous. I am. I'm not. I am. Yes, very, very. Oh, yes, I've got to talk about Naomi, haven't I? For some unknown reason. Yes. Was that supposed to be a joke? Off topic, brother. Nope, it's not a joke. Shut up, you're supposed to remain silent. I hear. It's Dave's stream, no topics off limits. No, it's only me that goes off limits. Push it to the limit. Yeah, woo! Push it to the limit. Do you know what? I saw Scarface only very recently for the very first time. Shock, horror, everyone goes. I know, but I've got this policy. I hear about these great films and I deliberately don't watch them. I deliberately save them up and I watch like one every 5 years. Because, there's no rush. That's the problem with life today. Everyone's in such a hurry to get everything done as quickly as possible. But really, a life is a very, very long time. Trust me, I know. It's a very long time. And there's, if the law of averages state that you live to the normal lifespan, that's a long time to get everything fitted in. And so every 5 years or whatever, I watch a considered to be great movie. And very, very recently, I think it was literally 3 or 4 months ago, I watched Scarface for the very first time. And I absolutely bloody loved it. Say hello to my little friend. Oh dear, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Really, really. Now, my previous endeavour into the 5-year films was The Godfather. Yes, and after the first one, of course, I had to watch 2, and I unfortunately had to watch 3 as well, but we'll just gloss over that one. As far as I'm concerned, The Godfather is 1 and 2. But yes, The Godfather was my previous entry. Yes, and I absolutely love them as well, despite the fact that The Godfather is very, very slowly paced. I mean, it's, by today's standards, most of you kids would fall asleep after the first 10 minutes. In fact, I started to nod off myself because it is very slowly structured, but still epic movies. Now, just to juxtapose that, my previous 5-year one before that, just to completely throw the baby out with the bathwater. Now, this is really a change of pace, was Rambo. Yes, Rambo. And I absolutely loved Rambo as well. And of course, I had to go and watch Rambo 2 and Rambo 3 after that. And then, of course, the inevitable other sequels after that as well. But yes, Rambo. And I absolutely loved Rambo. I really did. Yes. So, yeah, that's my policy. I like to save up these great... I've just knocked my microphone. I'd like to save up these great movies. And I'll say I've literally, 3 months ago, for the very first time, watched Scarface. And I absolutely loved it. Only because I love all that crap anyway, especially, that kind of movie. But, yeah, I thought it was brilliant. But yes, Push It to the Limit, of course, was used also in Grand Theft Auto 3, of course, for the PlayStation 2. Yes, Grand Theft Auto 3 was one of the music tracks which was playing on one of the radio stations. In fact, most of the theme music that was used in Scarface was on one of those radio stations, wasn't it? On Grand Theft Auto 3. And just as a little juxtapose to that as well, talking about PS2, see, this is a segue. This is a segue. As long-time viewers of the stream will know, I'm currently going through all the James Bond games on PlayStation. Yes, I'm getting them off eBay because they're dirt cheap, really dirt cheap. We're talking about £3 or £4 each, and I've just acquired the latest one, which is this one, which is Agent Under Fire for the PlayStation 2. This is the first James Bond game for the PlayStation 2. I was supposed to get 007 Racing, but this came up for the enormous price of £3.59. Yes, £3.59. So I thought, right, let's do it. Let's do it. I have checked the disc and it has got no errors on it, so it is good to go. It says on the back, the world needs a hero and there is only one man for the job. All new adventure with 12 pulse-pounding missions. Get behind the wheel of exotic supercars like the BMW Z8, the Aston Martin DB5R. But this is the thing that caught my eye the most. It says, encounter stunning Bond girls, both helpful and deadly. Now, this needs a little job description. If this was on Twitter, it would have a viewer's context underneath, wouldn't it? Because it clearly says, stunning Bond... Now, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get this into camera shot. I'm sorry, but can you see that? It's a bit shiny, but I'm sorry, but that to me is not a stunning Bond girl. I'm sorry, that's not doing it for me. But anyway, so there you go. Latest acquisition, Agent Under Fire. Anyone played that one? Tell me what it's like. As I say, the disc, I was quite surprised because the disc was actually loose in the case when I got it. So I thought, oh, it's going to be scratched like a... I mean, it's got the usual surface scratches on it, but it's not in bad condition, I have to say. And it's been error checked on my PC and it's all there, which is the most important thing. When you buy these second-hand discs off eBay, to error check them. I always do that first thing to check that they are working. It's not too bad. I'll say surface scratches. That's not a scratch in the background. That's my ball cube off my desktop. It's reflecting off the camera. But yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. For £3.59, I'm sure you'll agree. Not bad. And once again, a game that I missed when it first came out due to my Formula 1 obsession. My Formula 1 obsession. Anyway, that's a quick little segue. Daniel's post is basically PR speak for I've been sacked for being crap. Yes, basically. Norris to Sauber, you heard it here first. Norris to Sauber, oh my god. That would be a thing, wouldn't it? V8 supercars is the way to go. Yes, I quite agree. Norris to Audi, you mean it then, right? It will have nothing to do with Sauber. No, a footnote, not a legend in regards, I think, to Daniel Ricciardo. And I would agree with that. Yeah, a footnote in the pages of Formula 1, but definitely not a legend. That's going way too far. But then that is Lulu. That is Lulu. He does like to push it to the limit. Oh dear. Hang on, because I'm going to go off topic here. What was that second line of those lyrics? Who was that song by anyway? Oh, Paul Engelman. Is that who sang it though? I don't think. Giorgio Moroder. That's right. I knew it was. Giorgio Moroder. So it was. I just want to know what the second line was. It was Push it to the limit. That's right. Walk along the razor's edge. But don't look down. No, that's not right. But don't look. No, I still can't get it right. How did it go? I know it's push it to the limit. Walk along the razor's edge. But don't look down. Just keep your head or you'll be finished. That's it. I got it. Open up the limit, past the point of no return. Reach the top, but still you gotta learn how to keep it. Hit the wheel and double the stakes. Throttle wide open like a bat out of hell. You crash the gates, crash the gates. Go in for the back of beyond. Nothing gonna stop you, there's nothing that strong. So close, now you're really at the brink. So push it. No, come back everyone. Come, look, no, it's okay. I've stopped now. I've stopped. Ah, dear. That was like Dad singing at a wedding, wasn't it? Jesus. That was bad. Jesus, that was bad. Norris to F7 in 2026. Well, he will do. He doesn't win that championship. Maloney to Formula E is a joke. That's an insult. It hurts my intelligence, says Chap 92. Unfortunately, I don't watch Formula E. Well, I don't because it's on a paywall in the UK, so I don't get the opportunity. But to be fair, I didn't watch it when it was free. So, rest in peace to Maloney's F1 hopes. Indeed, boy. DJM99 says, Ricciardo more memorable than legend. True. Laurie says, world champions are legends in my opinion. I don't think Ricciardo was ever an elite F1 driver, even at Renault or Red Bull. That's true. That's true. I mean, at Red Bull, he was in the best car. Let's face it, he was in the best car. So his performance was reflective of the fact that you're in the best car. A lot of people have said that about Lulu, of course. That his performance was basically, because he was in the best car, which is fair enough. And I do believe that when he did start changing teams, his actual level of performance started to shine through, which wasn't really that great. It was good. He was still a good driver, but he wasn't a great driver, which sort of, separates him from the real greats like Schumacher and Senna and Prost and, all those ones from the past. Ricciardo at least had wins in F1. That's true, he did. 8 wins, I do believe it was, wasn't it? 8 wins, yeah. At least he gets to be on the same grid as Yorkshireman. Not many can say that. No, that's true. Not many can say that. Signing up for Formula E is basically the mission that you will never make it to F1. Wow, really? Is that how it works? I didn't know that. Yes, Bob. So many have-beens of F1 ended up there. Daniel Ricciardo is a better driver than Hookster. Absolutely. Undoubtedly. Or even younger potential rookies. Oliver Rowlands is a better driver than Lando Norris. Controversial. De Vries, Albon and Gasly were rare exceptions that came through circumstances rather than using FE as a jumping pad for F1. Sadly, yes. Albon never raced in Formula E. Albon raced in DTM. Gasly did New York 2017 doubleheaders when we had WEC commitments. There you go. Helium Trophy. Bollocks. They did give him a proper send-off. Yeah, they did. They said, go away and don't come back. Was going to, then Marco recalled him into the Red Bull program at the last moment as he had burned through any other serious candidates. But that's what they call DTM is not DTM. It's literally another boring GT series that no one watches. True. Albon, that is. I don't see Ricciardo as being humble, says GJM99. A very interesting take there. Very interesting. Doesn't class him as humble. Interesting. Yeah, but he still never actually raced in Formula E. Ricciardo and his shoey. Yes, who can remember that? I certainly would never drink out of my shoe, I tell you. No. Yuki is just Yuki. He's been the same since the start. Okay. I just think that his personality the last few races has just sort of reared its head more than usual. But I'm with you there. Yuki is a petulant child, says Champ92. There you go. Another take. I don't disagree, or agree with anyone who's got a different take. But there you go. There it is. Yuki is a petulant child. Hello, bloody hell. I do apologise. I can't even begin to say that name. And that's purely on my own incompetence. But yes, Is your second name, is that Rugara? Is it Rugara? That's what it looks like to me. But the first one, I can't even put the letters into a word. Which, as I say, is my own fault because, I'm just not intelligent enough, and I do apologise. Mad, he says anyway. Norris is just Norris, always a bottle job and will never win a championship. There you go, there goes the official Lando Norris fan club member, Will F1. Yuki's matured, I feel, says Laurie. Yes, I think you could be right. Helium and Travis says he's been in the family for ages, he knows what to expect. True. Sad, I like him at times, but at times also not. But the same thing can be said for everyone. That's very true. Do you know everyone says that about me? I like him at times, but most of the time it's like, nah. That's a hard pass. Yes. Lawson will wipe the floor with him though, although Yuki should be in that Red Bull already. That's true. In motorsport, you can't have any sympathy for anyone. It's so rarely. It's also true. Lando Norris. I mean, Lawson was already competitive with Tsunoda, but we will see. Yes, we will. Leclerc is better than Norris. I have to agree. I think the main problem with Leclerc is the Ferrari, to be honest. I don't think it's Leclerc's driving ability. I've had a few questions about Leclerc making mistakes. He is one for making mistakes, definitely. And critical mistakes as well, which, is not something that you would sort of attribute a great driver. But comparing the two between him and Lando Norris, I would have to agree. I'd love to see Leclerc in that McLaren for definite. See what he could do with that. That would be a thing. That would be a thing. Absolutely will, says Laurie. Lawson will wipe his arse. The only thing he can wipe Yuki won't be easy to beat. Because Horner doesn't like Yuki, we have this bullshit. Yes. Gasly is just a midfield driver, to be honest. Yes, he is. That PlayStation driver playing as Norris on Sunday is the GOAT. Yes. The GOAT at Bodlin. Pierre Gasly wipes Ocon any day of the week. Gasly was arguably a top-tier driver from 2020 to 2021, but he's kind of dropped off and he's a midfielder now. Yeah, I remember he had a great set of form, didn't he, around about 2020, 2021. He was doing very well, but yes, he's definitely dropped off. Ocon is a disgrace. Yes. Yeah, 2 good seasons and that's it. Not enough to be considered a proper good driver. It's been close between Ocon and Gasly last year and this year, but Gasly has the slight edge. KD loves Gasly, says Will F1. Gasly, Ocon narrowly. Hamilton can still mathematically win the championship, says Will F1. Well, there's a good segue. There's a good segue. Here it is, everyone. Let me just check it. It's 3 weeks before next Grand Prix, isn't it? I've got to check this because I can't believe. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, United States Grand Prix on the 20th of October, which is 3 weeks away because we're only on the 26th of September right now. Very, very strange. Very, very strange indeed. As I've said before, the teams and everything keep moaning about how long the season is, but this is the second break of 3 weeks that they've had. I just get it done. Just get it done and get it out of the way. Seriously. I've said this before as well. How many jobs, real people's jobs, do you get so many breaks in, to be honest? I know they're racing drivers and they're, the top of their profession and they have to work out and train every single day, like 6 hours a day, pumping that iron. I understand all that. But they do still get a lot of breaks. I know it's a long season, but they still get a lot of breaks. If that was me, and I was doing the calendar, I'd just do one every 2 weeks and be done with it until it's finished at the end. But obviously there is a reason why it's a 3-week gap. It's obviously due to scheduling and, fitting in the races and the arrangements with the circuits as well for those weekends. I know all that has to come into play, but it just seems a little bit strange that we've now got the same gap that we've had for the summer gap. I can understand it was a couple of weeks, but it's the same as the summer gap before it comes back again. Very, very strange. And then, of course, we've got 6 races left. Most of those, in fact, half of those are in the USA. Yes, just to really, And then, of course, we've got Mexico as well, which is very close to the USA. So you've basically got 4 races almost in the USA out of 6. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. How many more years do you think it will be before we get a separate championship just with USA races, just for Liberty Media? It's gonna happen, isn't it? It's going to be a breakaway. We're going to have 12 in Europe and 12 in the USA. So, yeah, last 6 rounds. And let's go to the points now and see where we are. These, basically, are my tips for winning this championship. I think there's 4 runners in the championship. And those 4 are the top 4. We've got to discount Carlos Sainz because he's on 190 in 5th place. He's got no chance of winning the championship. Even if he got 6 wins, he's still not going to win the championship because Max would win it because he's on tons more points. So we're going to completely discount Carlos Sainz. So it's between Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and Oscar's Pastry. Now, as Will says, Lewis Hamilton could still win it on 174 points. Yes, it is possible, but we've got to discount him because he's obviously got to win every single race plus the sprint rounds, and that means everyone else has got to crash out or come nowhere to beat any chance. So we've got to discount him, but technically you are correct, Will. Yes, he can still win the championship if everyone else crashes out for the next 6 rounds. So yes, it's got to be between Max, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc and Oscar's Pastry. Max is clearly got a good chance with 331 points at the moment in the Red Bull. All he's got to do is the same job that he did at Singapore last weekend, and that's 2nd place. That's all he's got to do. Just keep banging in those 2nd places. It doesn't matter what's happening with Lando or whoever's in front. It doesn't matter. All he's got to do is get those 18 points and he's got it. Nothing else needs to be done for Max Verstappen to win the championship but to get 2nd place. Lando Norris, completely different kettle of fish. Lando has got to win. He's got to win, I think, 4 out of 6 races. And Max has got to, even if Max comes 2nd, and Lando's got to win. It's a tall order, but it is possible. 279, Lando could do it. 52-point gap, isn't it? Charles Leclerc has to be the rank outsider because he's only on 245. But then again, it's possible. And of course, the really rank outsider has got to be Oscar's Pastry on 237. So there are the 4 that are gunning for this year's championship. I never thought I'd say this at the start of the year when it was definitely a Max Verstappen whitewash. And now it isn't because we've got 4 cars gunning for that. And I think it's great. I really do. I think it's great. And we've got 3 different constructors in the mix as well, of course, with Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari, which is also great to see. We've got 2 from the same team, but the rest are separate. So I like that as well. So we will see what happens. So in 5th place, we've got Carlos Sainz, 190 points. Of course, he's just basically winding down his career now at the Ferrari team. I don't think we'll see any standout performances from Carlos Sainz now in these last 6 rounds. I basically think he just wants to get the job done at Ferrari before he moves on to Williams next year, which I still have some serious reservations about. Lulu, well, Lulu, of course, also is just winding his career down at Mercedes before he moves on to Ferrari for next year. Also, I have serious reservations about Lulu at Ferrari next year. I just don't think it's going to work whatsoever. That deal was signed very, very early. I do believe announced 1 year at least too early. That sort of should have been announced at the end of this year, saying that he'd be moving on, not the start of the year. And I just feel that Ferrari aren't going to be a good fit for Lewis. I really just don't. I don't think there's going to be any standout performances from Lulu, to be honest, next year. But we will see. I may be surprised, but I don't think I will be. I don't think I will be. Now we've got George Russell in 7th place. George of the Russell. Watch out for that tree. 155 points. It's been a good season for George. Not a great season. He's been bested this year by his teammate Lewis Hamilton, has to be said. I mean, Hamilton was really dropping down behind George basically at the start of this season, and especially last season as well. But he's pulled it up to the plate a little bit. So George, a good season. Of course, he's now going to be team leader next year at Mercedes, or is he? Is his new teammate going to wipe the floor with him? That's Antonelli, isn't it? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, find out. That would be pretty exciting to have that at Mercedes next year. So that's something for 2025 that I am looking forward to see what happens with the George Antonelli dynamic. Is George going to pull up to the plate and become the number one driver? Or is he just going to be a bit of a simp and just sort of, let Antonelli's take over as the number one? Looking at George's personality, I'd have to say the simp option seems to be the way it's going to go with George. But we will see. Then we got Sergio Perez. Oh my God, I can't remember how many times on Twitter and on the journalistic press how many times they're saying that Sergio needs to be sacked from Red Bull. Of course, that's one position that Red Bull aren't going to do, especially before the end of the season, because they don't want anything to upset the Max Verstappen apple cart. So they don't want any other kind of team, any kind of driver in there that could possibly upset Max Verstappen. So they are sticking with Sergio Perez. They'll probably stick with Sergio Perez next year as well, to be honest, because they just don't want anyone that can, compete with Max. They just don't want it. They've got to have a second car, but they certainly don't want someone who can compete with Max. Sergio's picked himself up last few races, has to be said, but still disappointing performance compared with Max on 331. He's only on 144 points. Made quite a few mistakes as well. Some unforced errors have started to creep in, which happens to a lot of drivers when they reach the end of their career. If you look at Sebastian Vettel, some unforced errors started to creep in at the end of his career as well. So, yeah, not good signs for Perez, but I'm pretty sure he'll still be there for 2025. Then they'll have to make a decision and get rid of him with someone else. But I think they'll just stick with what they know at the moment. In 9th place, we've got Fernando Alonso with 62 points in the Aston Martin Amoco Mercedes. Yes, Adrian Newey is now the chief technical director of that team. He gets to pick and choose who he wants on his team as well, which is great news. I mean, that must be a dream to be able to pick your own members as well. And of course, that team is going to push itself further up the grid. Not next year, because it's not going to be an Adrian Newey car. It's still going to be whoever's designing the Aston Martin now. But for 2026 and beyond, I think it's going to be a good future. I still don't think, though, they're going to be up there winning races and winning championships, the Aston Martin. But I think they will probably get to a fourth or maybe even a third sort of best performing car out of the seasons going forward. Even with Adrian Newey at the helm, I can't see them being a top car, to be honest. I just don't think that's going to be possible. But anything that pushes them, further up the grid is another team that can compete with the others, which is great to see. So you'll have them in the mix with McLaren and Ferraris and the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. That would be great to see, especially if you had like 5 teams fighting it out for points. That would make a really good season. But as I say, that's not going to happen until a lot later down the line. Then we got Nico Hulkenberg, and I'm not going to do it as long as Josh does because my voice will go. He's got 24 points in the Haas Ferrari. Pretty decent, I have to say, because the Haas is not really a front one. Not this year, anyway. It's had some good performances, but definitely not, as good as it has been in the past. I think 2016 was its sort of best year in the Haas, wasn't it, really? They had a really good year, but they keep falling off the pace. Sometimes they come back. Roller coasters, aren't they? They come back and they drop off again. Then we got Lancey Boy Stroll, who's the only reason he's in Formula 1 is because his dad owns the team. Yes. He's got 24 points. 24 points, yes. Still, what can you say? Not a lot. Lance Stroll, just not a lot. Then we've got Yuki Tsunoda in 12th place with those 22 points. Alexander Albon in 13th place in the Williams with 12 points. Level with Daniel Ricciardo, his final points tally in the RB Honda Red Bull Maxi Tampon with 12 points. That's it. No more points will be scored by Daniel Ricciardo because he's out and replaced by Liam Lawson. So even he's going to do better than the than the state kick me up the arse Saubers. Pierre Gasly, 8 points in the Alpine. Oliver Behrman with his 7 points, 6 for Ferrari and 1 for Haas. Great result. Kevin Magnussen, of course, he's got 6 points. He has returned now for his final 6 races of Formula 1, I do believe, because I think he's out. I don't see him ever coming back, to be honest. He's had a lot of chances in Formula 1, it has to be said, and I think his chances are now up, especially after that one race ban after getting 12 points on his licence. I think the FIA have probably had enough of him by now. I know a lot of the teams have, so I think he won't be back in Formula 1. But he may also, just like Daniel Ricciardo, may become a super sub, replacing anyone who gets injured next year. SD Bestie with a very disappointing 5 points. That is not where he should be, to be honest. And Franco Colapinto, who has a lot of praise at the races he's done so far. One of them was from Sergio Perez, who said, yes, very difficult to pass. Well, that is praise indeed for a Formula 1 driver if you're difficult to pass. And Franco has been sort of, bigged up as this big thing for next year. Well, obviously he's only got this year and then he's basically out of Formula 1, but maybe he might be able to sneak a drive. God, I hope he's not going to go to kick Sauber Ferrari. That would be a horrible thing to do. Horrible thing. Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him, please. And of course, we've got the best of the rest. Logan's Privates has been sacked weeks ago now, so he's not going to score any points. Not that he did anyway, but he's not going to. And of course, the best of the rest, Guan Yu Zhou and Valtteri Bottas, who have not scored a single World Championship point in a point situation, don't forget, where 10th gets you a point. They haven't even been able to get up to 10th. Just think about how many strategies the races have had and accidents and incidents. They still haven't even managed to pick up a cheeky point in that team, as I say. Really no point in them even turning up for these last 6 rounds of the championship. Of course, they have to because they've got obligations, but no point, no point. And what's worse is the last name on that car. It says Ferrari. So there's a Ferrari engine in the back of that car. And they can't even score a point. They can't even score a point with a Ferrari engine in it. So what hope have they got with any other engine, to be honest? So it's obviously not the engine that's the problem with that car. It's obviously the aerodynamics, the chassis, the suspension, anything else to do with it, but not the engine. Because we all know that engine, that Ferrari, is very good indeed. Now, of course, it's probably a detuned version that they got because it's like a customer version of the Ferrari, so it's not going to be as powerful as the latest Ferrari engine that's in their own car. That's obvious, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's a Ferrari engine. It's not going to be any slouch. So the problem is lying elsewhere. And I'll say, kick Sauber up the arse, Ferrari. You've got a horrible job to try and turn that team around, and I just don't think they're going to. And if I was Audi, I'd be looking at contracts now and saying, no, we need to clear out of here because this is just not going to work. As I say, that's going to take them 5, 6, maybe 7 years before they can get anywhere near being classed as a front-running team, which I don't think they'll ever do, but I think they may get up to 4th. But it's going to take 7 years. And I don't think Audi want that kind of commitment, to be honest. So there you go. There are the runners and riders so far with just 6 rounds to go. It's going to be very exciting. Well, it would be exciting if it wasn't for the fact that we've got COTA, Las Vegas. Oh, God. Las Vegas, yes. I've heard that Liberty Media have actually dug up Elvis and he will be performing live, well, kind of alive, at Las Vegas because Liberty just loves digging up old racing drivers and putting them back in their seats. So why not just dig up Elvis and get the whole job done? Yes. So Elvis will be... No, he won't. No, because he's no longer alive. No. Although there's a core conspiracy theorist that's like, no. Don't be silly. He's not alive, is he? The king is dead. Long live the king. Yes. But anyway, so there you go. Last 6 rounds of the championship still to come. I better go back to the comments. Gasly will be dominating Ocon if he was a top driver. Norris has bottled all the sprint races so far this year. There you go. Yeah, and he will do it again, it seems. Exactly. And Ocon has got worse since Alonso left the team. Lando's form comes far too late. Yes, it does. Yeah, Ocon 2022 was decent. Well, Ocon was the idiot for treating Alonso like shit. Good evening, Dave. Good evening, Mr. Ewok Jr. Welcome to the stream. Welcome indeed. Even though Alonso lost about 85 points that season. Now, I haven't got an Ewok for you. But I have got a baby Grogu. Yes. Cool, he's got bloody big ears, haven't you? Yes, bloody big ears you've got, haven't you? What's that? I use the Force, don't you know? Really? What's this stupid thing you're sitting in? It's like some kind of shopping basket. What is this? What is this all about, baby Grogu? I don't know. But there you go, Mr. Ewok. That's all I can offer you. That's the only Star Wars I've got, I think. Let's have a look behind me. Oh, I got a big, oh, you can't see it. I've got a big, baby Grogu, Christmas baby Grogu, but that's it. Oh no, wait a minute. No, it's not. I've got something else. Let me see if I can get it. I can't reach him. I got him. I got a BB-8. Look at that. Boot, 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 boot. I don't think that's how he sounded, but that's my interpretation of it. Yeah, I've got a BB-8 from those crap Star Wars films. Yeah, you know, the rubbish ones. Yes. But there he is. BB-8. Oh, it's got a rubber sucker on it, so I don't know what you do with that. You can stick it all everywhere. But anyway, there's the BB-8. Even though Alonso lost about 85 points that season. That's why Alonso had enough of his antics and did the same thing with Gasly. Alonso could see Alpine wasn't going to improve, yes. I don't know. Alonso also weaved around in Canada. I bet he was just checking the view. Yes, I bet he was. As soon as we say Leclerc is clearly better than Norris, KD leaves. Alpine is horrendous. I don't know what they are doing there. No one remembers her. Oh, that must be Carmen Jordan. Disgrace. Alonso had engine issues at Canada and had a shitty strategy. Only you would remember Carmen Jordan, Dave. I know, only me. Well, that's because I did the Carmen Jordan career mode. If anyone remembers that back in the day. Yes, it was a superb series. Not really. But yes, Carmen Jordan, not on. No, she's not on OnlyFans. How come? I don't know. She should be. She should be. I think she's a bit too posh for OnlyFans, to be honest. Yes, bit too posh. Bit too posh. Yes, yes. The requirements to be on OnlyFans is you have to be a bit of a slapper. Yes, a bit of a slapper. That's the only requirements for OnlyFans. The cycling equivalent is Puck Moonin. Oh, Puck Moonin. Might look that up later. Is the Carmen Jordan career mode ever going to... Yes! Yes, Mr. Will F1. The Carmen Jordan career mode is going to return. Look, let me see if I can show it to you. Let me see if I can show it to you. Can you see that page? Yeah, you can. Look. Here we go. YouTube raw data. There you go. This is all the stuff I work on constantly. Okay. I've got special projects. F1 speech. That's the Jack Villeneuve one. I'm working on that at the moment, but I've had to delay it slightly because we've got the Halloween special coming out. I'm working on this one at the moment, the F1 98 100% race. These I've all recorded but I haven't even started on yet. F1 99 special, I can't remember what that is. Anyway, 2001 100% race, 2021 100% race, and here it is. F1 2021 career. Was it really that long ago? And that is Carmen Jordan. Yes, there you go. Look, season 3, we got to round 5. And they're still there, ready to go. Ready to go. See? It's all there. One day I'll get around to it. Maybe Christmas 2027. But yes, that's all the projects I'm working at the moment. Every F1... Oh, yes, that I aborted that one. Every F1 team. That's those little short videos I was doing, but I was getting fed up with doing them, so I stopped. But yeah, all the other ones are the ones I'm currently working on. And this... Let me have a look. These are all the projects I've worked on so far this year because I delete them off every year. So there you go. They're all video projects so far. Most of them, of course, are the all seasons, as you can see at the top there. But there's a few others as well. But there they are. There they are. Yes, what a lot. What a lot. What a lot I've done. I say mostly all seasons, but a few of the others. Some of the videos I do on a Monday aren't on here because I do on a different bit of editing software. So they're not all on here. But yeah, all the all seasons. Look at it. Look. Christian Horner Aliens, if anyone remembers that one. Tons of them. And these are all my intros for the all seasons that I've had over the years. Look at that. James Hunt intro. 2020 titles, 2019, 18, 17, 2022. Oh, final season because I changed the music. 2021. F1 2014 and 2016 titles as well. There you go. And there's the speed challenge that I'm currently working on, but so I've had to delay it. So yeah, there it is, Mr. Will F1. It's still there and ready to go. But yeah, they do take a long time to edit videos. If anyone does videos, you will know they take a long time to do. Right. Let's continue. Carmen Jordan, yes, City of Maldonado, Pasta Graveyard. Singapore Man Dave, I fell asleep. So did I. So did I. F1 Academy was more interested. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Solid 2 stars out of 5 according to the Great Toad, Natterjack. Natterjack. Love it. Love it. And I mean that genuinely. Get Abby Pulling on the all seasons. Yes, I will. Don't worry. Abby Pulling shaved them all. I reckon Tony Fernandez is still resentful with your lack of performance, Laurie. I reckon he is. Dorian pinning her penalties all the time. Abby Pulling is the definition of a saving grace. The boss is fed up with the run of poor results. I'm happy for McLaren leading at the moment, the constructors. But yeah, that's about it. Bottas 23rd. Can you believe it? 23rd. He's going to finish 23rd out of 20. Which is real insult to injury, isn't it, eh? He's going to finish 23rd out of 20. Because other people have come in, done a race or a couple of races and scored points and he hasn't. Oh my God. Battery Voltas, yes. Oliver Behrman, TB, yes. Yeah, it should be, but he doesn't get it. State kick me out of the arse indeed. Yearly participation award winners. That's what they should get. Zool, though, yes. I could call him Zool. Joe, sorry, Joe. It's because I see the Z and I say zoo. But the car is a tractor. That's true. Tony Fernandez is the most annoying person in the world. Participation award, gotta win something. Tony Fernandez is always disgruntled. Stake out Andretti, yes. Imagine meeting Tony Fernandez, yes. We all love Scarface, good. I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad it's just not me, as I say. First time of seeing that just a few months ago, and I bloody loved it. I do love Mr. Pacino anyway, I must admit. He's, absolutely brilliant actor. Absolutely. Had a few flops towards the end of his career. I don't know if it is the end of his career. I think he's still going. He's just not making many films, but, the start of his career, absolute bangers. Pretty much every film he was in. Flavio Briatore, poor, I would, says DJM99. Thank you for that. Get Jack Nicholson. No, Will. No. No, Will. No. Bad, Will. Get back in your basket. No dog treats for you. I used that soundtrack for one of my intros, F1, when I still had my channel. Ah, nice. Nice. It's a great song. It really is. Great song. Plan of Places says on October the 9th, BBC4 are showing a film you may or may not know of. Freds. Come out in 1984 was a film about the consequences of nuclear. I do know that film very, very well. In fact, it's one of the few things that psychologically disturbed me. Yes. It's happened a few times in my 50 odd years, but yes, it's psychologically disturbing. Now, when you get psychologically disturbed, it does actually upset you for a few days afterwards, and that's when you know that you've been psychologically disturbed, and that was a film that did it. 1984, yeah, blimey, I was only about 14, yes. Anyway, I don't want to bring the place down for all you youngsters out there, currently due to current situations going on in the world as well, which I firmly believe we really shouldn't worry about too much. Yeah, a lot of prevaricating, but not much, actually going to happen. That's my opinion anyway. But yeah, it was a story about a nuclear attack on England back in the 80s, and yeah, it was very, very disturbing. Probably if you look at it now, I haven't seen it for quite a few years. In fact, it's very difficult to actually watch and get hold of. They keep putting it on YouTube, and then YouTube keeps taking it down every couple of days afterwards. But anyway, very disturbing movie, I have to say. Very disturbing. And as I was only like 14 at the time, yeah, it was psychologically disturbing to me, which did affect me for about 3 or 4 days afterwards. But yeah, just one of those things. So anyway, I won't bring you all down with it, but yes, I may watch that on October the 9th, just to see if I get psychologically disturbed. I don't think I will this time, because obviously, I've reached such an old age now that I don't even care. Say hello to my little friend. Yes, fantastic. The Godfather. Yes. Get Tony Fernandez on the All Seasons. Rambo Norris. Yes, great. I love that. Rambo Norris. Pending, lol. Ended up being gone for 3 months like the 2020 Formula 1 season due to an unspeakable disease. Wow. GTA 3. Yeah, I also had that. Yeah, me too. Can't beat GTA 3. That was fantastic. What is Dave's favourite The Moaning Yorkshireman video? None of them. Oh dear. Well, let's have a look. See if I can pick one out. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Should have gone there. I pressed the wrong button. It's because I'm old and stupid. There we go. Well, let's go for videos and let's go for what's his most popular video. Oh, surprise, surprise. It's everything wrong with his Chevrolet bloody Matiz. Yes, yes. 25k views. So that's his most popular. I mean, he basically does the motoring Yorkshireman on here, doesn't he, really? I mean, look, there's lots of cars on here. Look, lots of cars. Lots of cars. Lots of cars. Oh, you see that thumbnail there? Yep, that was me. I did that. I did that. Yes, I did that. Yes, me. That was my thumbnail. Jesus Christ, it looks about 12 there. The hell, what year was that? 2022? My God. So yeah, let's pick a favourite. Well, it's not the mini champs collection because I don't collect things like mini champs, so I can't really say that. I do enjoy looking at the car ones when he's trying to fix things, but I think I did enjoy the Batman C5, to be honest. That was probably my favourite. I can't see it on. Let's see if I can. I can't remember what it was called. Batman C5. Oh, there you go. The Sinclair C5 project. Well, when we say project, that's a little bit loose in terms, isn't it? Because he did 2 episodes. Is that a project? I'd call that more an extension, not a project. Yeah, it's an extension. There's a part 1, there's a part 2. But yeah, that was... oh yeah, that's right. He rubbed it down or something, didn't he, with some sandpaper, and then changed the light on the back. Or I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, that was probably my favourite of his videos, because I always loved that C5 anyway. I used to see them in the 80s, actually on the streets. It used to make me laugh, make me laugh. Because they were so low down, you couldn't see them. And it was like, I think it was like 85, and I had a car at that point. And it was just so funny because you could be behind this C5 and you couldn't see them past your bonnet, but they were there. So dangerous, so bloody dangerous. All they needed was big poles at the back with a big amber warning light on them, like you see on forklifts in warehouses and stores and stuff like that. You need a big pole with a searchlight on the back or something. Big Belisha beacons going on and off because it was just so dangerous, so dangerous. And they were legally allowed to go on the road. That was the thing. They only did, I think, 12 miles an hour top speed. I think it was 12 miles an hour. So you probably get 20 going downhill with a wind behind you. But yeah, so dangerous, really. Yeah, as I say, because they were so low down, you couldn't see them. You could not see them. If you had a big car, I had a big old Cortina back in those days. Big beast of a car. And the bonnet was something like off an American, one of those big American cars. Massive bloody bonnet it was. And I tell you, I was behind a C5 one day and I couldn't see. All I could see was like a couple of hairs sticking out off the top of my bonnet where this C5 was in front of me. Oh my God! And yes, I was so tempted. I was so tempted to just hit the throttle and go boom, 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 boom. I didn't, but I was tempted to. So yeah, his Sinclair C5 project. There you go. Fantastic. You have to include the shit job he did at QPR. Yes. Flashback FM in GTA. There you go. PS2 Retro are gold. Australia 23-20. Frank Lampard's drive loads of penalties. Nico Hulkenberg got a black and white flag for breaking down. Absolutely. Legend. Oh, gold. I've gone past. It scrolled up too quick. I've lost the chat. There we go. Got it. Legend. Daniel Ricciardo, as of today, you are no longer employed of this organisation. Yes. I've replied to your comment on Matt's video, Dave. Oh, have you? Oh, well done. Let's go see that then. Let's go see that then. Buddy, how long have I been waffling? Oh, Jesus Christ. 1 hour, 39 minutes I've been waffling for. I've got to go in a minute. Right, let's go and have a look at this comment. Is it in my notifications? Oh, there it is. Good evening. Translate to English. Why would you want to translate that to English? Is that because it's got the little emoji on it? I guess that's why they want to translate it to English. Or maybe, Will, they're having a sly dig at the fact that you come from Yorkshire. Maybe that's what it is. YouTube's having a sly little dig at you being a Yorkshireman, saying, oh, well, you know, everything that comes out of their mouth has to be translated in English. I reckon that's what it is. I reckon that's what it is. Sing the lottery losers for us. No. Ricardo, Hall of Very Good. Yes. Lando Norris, Hall of Bottling. Oh my days. The Moaning Yorkshireman is hideous. Norris has been one of the flops of the season. Lando Norris's breakout season kept the sport from being properly boring. 2016 Germany, the Shuri was born. You mean McLaren's design team there? Yes. Norris has not had a breakout season. A breakout bottling season. So says Will F1, the official member of the Lando Norris fan club. Yes, official member. He's shown me the membership and everything. Yes. I agree with Josh. I hate dressing up and I hate wearing posh clothes. I don't know. Leclerc can drive very weirdly, but yes, Leclerc. Albon has been exposed. I don't know. I think they're rating him too hard. At this rate, Dave will never finish the comments. This is true, Final Plessy. This is true. No goat, no lol. Dave, what the fuck? Norris needs sacking. Do that again. Top name that, Final Plessy. Stomp him with your feet and ball your fist. The way tub thumping will play if Norris picks up the title. More like 6 in Europe. The way Norris used to talk once to Lewis in the call-in room turned me away. From him, to be honest, I used to like him in F2. After that, it became often very annoying. Did you hear that, Will? Did you hear that, Will? You got another fan club, another member for your Lando Norris fan club. In reverse. But yeah, it's not a popularity contest. Lando Norris, the world champion. Not in the real universe. Imagine Lulu winning his first race with Ferrari. Imagine that. Imagine that. I will seriously have to eat my words then, won't I? God, I hope he doesn't. That would be tragic. Not half as tragic as Lando Norris not winning the World Championship, considering nearly every video now I'm bigging it up. Oh my God. Anyway, after the final round at Abu Dhabi, there might be a technical malfunction with a lot of my equipment and I might have to be off air for a few weeks. I do apologise in advance, but this might happen. Yes, this might happen. Hug my life. Maranello and UK are going to lose their shit. Yes. There's going to be lovey-doveys and kissy-kisses from his fangirls like they're Chris Brown and T-Pan. Simp. Who would put in the McLaren to replace Norris, Will? Yes, Will. Who would put in the McLaren to replace Norris? Alonso will win a race in 2025. You heard it here first. I mean, an ideal world for Verstappen. Interesting. FS to Daniel Ricciardo. Hello, Mr. Cheesy. Welcome to the stream, sir. Welcome to the stream. I love your name, Cheesy. Cheesy. Yes, yes. Everyone's called that since I was about 16. Yes. Oh, look, it's Dave. Cheesy. Cheesy. Or was it cringe? Or was it cringy? It was one of those two. I can't quite remember. If not Alonso or Leclerc, that would be an interesting partnership. I agree, Verstappen and Piastri. Yes, that would be very interesting. I don't know. Alonso hasn't won in 11 years. True. Hookster still waffling. I know. Here we go with the usual Alonso bashing. 2018, Huss has the car finished 4th. I think Newey will help with developments on 2024 car when he starts. He might. Yeah, he will help along the car that they've got for 2025, but he doesn't start until next March, and so the car will already be developed and ready to go because obviously the season starts in March. But yes, I agree with you. Any future developments on that car, he will have a lot of hands-on knowledge of doing. So he's picking it up from someone else who's made it, but he'll be able to improve on it, which is good. Likely, I respect Alonso's career, but that guy winds me up a lot. Dog shit. For what reason? I don't think Aston Martin will compete with McLaren. They'll need some luck to win a race next year. This is true. Red Bull have got a good lineup now. I can see next season being erratic if no team is dominant. Sorry, got you. I mean, 7 winners this season, as you know. I mean, when Newey started at McLaren in 1997, that car got better almost straight away. Newey is Newey, so he'll bring something. I don't know. Sometimes he can come across as a sore loser. I don't really believe he fulfilled all he truly could in his career either, to be honest. All great champions can be considered sore losers at times. This is true. This is true. Yes. Senna had his moments, and everyone knows about how much I absolutely adore Ayrton Senna, but he had his moments. I also don't really believe his Ferraris were that bad, to be honest. No offence, Stu, but your bashing Alonso seems pretty unreasonable at times and a bit nonsensical. Whoa! 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 Handbags, ladies, handbags! As amazing as Newey is. If Alonso won that title in 2012, I don't believe anyone is saying that car was shit, to be honest. But come on, Aston Martin has not what it takes. No, true. Hookster, stop waffling. We all know what the standings are. Oh, God, I did that 15 minutes ago. Jesus Christ. He winds me out almost as much as Andre Harrison, to be honest. Nice. I mean, just look at how good that Aston Martin was in the first part of 2023. Sure, 2026 is a new piece of paper for all. Yes. Come on, let's just see to say that. But anyway, yes, it was. But who scored the most points with Aston? Alonso still. I mean, 5 months ago, we never thought Mercedes would win 3 races this season. This is also true. Stroll should seriously just quit. Yes, he should. Hates Alonso. Who says that, Will? Mercedes has a lot of resources to become a championship contender again in no time. A lot of teams just seem up and down. If they could use it right only. It's not that I hate him. I just feel as though we could have done more given the talent he has. I still believe he's all-time top 10, 15. I mean, McLaren went from one of the worst cars to the dominant car in the span of 12 months. This is also true. I remember the start of, was it last season, wasn't it? Finishing in 15th position. Unbelievable. Yeah, they won 3 races, but Red Bull Ring was on merit. McLaren had potential, but they also had to fix their issues in the seasons bit by bit. Now look where they are. I mean, you said Alonso bottled 6 in Singapore. McLaren had good cars, to be honest. Chassis always had it, and aero too, but they had to put anything together. Also, the engine is now on the top. Just because someone's stats don't match his talent doesn't mean you can't just criticise someone like no tomorrow. The way her name is pronounced in Dutch makes it funny. Puck Mona. I like that. Puck Mona. Very good. It just doesn't add at all. More like it's a biased against. One of the files says EastEnders. Did it? Oh, I don't know what. Oh, it might have been the EastEnders music. You know, the dun 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 dun. I think I put that in one of my videos. But yeah, that's probably what the EastEnders was. Let's talk about Andre and Ryan King. Yeah, let's not. Oh my God. Also, me being a Vettel supporter doesn't really help anything. But anyway, still took him for my draft team. Vettel chiefed into the Aston Martin 2022, especially the second half. I mean, I'm a Vettel fan, but Alonso is phenomenal. He really chiefed. Gig Lonzo. Yep, just the car was shit. The team kept screwing him with strategy. Respect to both. Agreed. Dave needs to stop showing us the standings every week. Oh, God. I'm back. Hello, Bois. Rubs more salt into the wound of Voltas, our good old bloke Dave. Yes. I know, but I can't help it. I just find it incredibly funny that he's going to finish 23rd out of 20. Yes. That just reminds me of my YouTube career. Yes. 2 weeks ago now, 10 years on YouTube. 10 years on YouTube. And I got 1.87 subs. Yes. So I am my own Valtteri Bottas. Yes. Love it. Love it. Had a nightmare tonight. Sister wouldn't sleep for love nor money. Well, you didn't tell her the Toy Story 2 story right, did you? You should have got Buzz Lightyear to kill Zurg, and it all would have been over a lot quicker. Sort of hanging it out for a lot longer than it should have been. I don't know. Yeah. Get him to kill Zurg straight away, and then that's it. Story over. Lights out, go to sleep. There you go. See, that's how you do it, kids. Easy. I mean, he's an S+, but you can be there and still wind me out. I just asked Lewis Hamilton. Get Laurie on the all season, says Will. You mean you were 45 back then? Yes. Very funny. Very funny. Oh, I've gone too far up the stream again. I hate it when he does that. I can't. 85 now in 2024. Yes, that's right. 85 and still. Do you know, I found a woman on YouTube. She's 88 years old. Yeah, and she's on YouTube. She's got 1.3 million subscribers. 88 years old. She does Skyrim. That's all she does. She does streams of Skyrim. 88 years old. And people are absolutely throwing stuff at her. She's getting brand new PCs thrown, but she lives in the US. She lives in the US. That is a huge advantage if you're a YouTuber, because you know you're living in Google territory, to be honest. But yeah, she gets computers, brand new computers, you know, top of the range computers. Just, you know, these PC builders say, oh, we'll build you a new computer and you can have it for free. And I'm like, what? What? And she's 88 years old. I'm going to say that again. 88 years old. Unbelievable. Right, where did I get to? Yep, that's our world. Always disturbing things, and nuclear attacks are the most awful thing ever that can happen. True. War in general. Ha ha ha, yes. GTA 3 was a game changer. Sadly, the gun controls are... Yes, that is a problem. Was the problem was the gun controls, but the actual game itself, oh my god, it's brilliant. Now, fortunately, I couldn't get a PS2 because they were way too expensive when they came out. But I used to buy these magazines, and they did these walkthrough guides to GTA 3, every single mission, and I used to just read that over and over again, just imagining what the missions were actually like, even though I couldn't. Anyway, enough of that sadness. A couple of years later, I got a PS2, and I managed to find out for myself, and yeah, I loved every minute of it. Brilliant. They fixed it for the PC version, but on the PS2 version, I spent nearly almost all the missions running people over. Yep, me too. At least he's not kicking females like he's kicking an NFL field goal. Also, Dave, because I know you're a Thunderbirds fan, did you hear David Graham? I did hear that David Graham Parker died last week. Oh, yes, my lady. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. I was genuinely upset for that for a couple of days after that happened, because he was one of my favourite characters, Parker. Oh, yes, my lady. Okay, I'm going to do my old Thunderbirds joke now. Here we go. Just as a tribute to David Graham. So it's Lady Penelope and it's Parker. Okay, so here's my joke. Oh, Parker! Yes, me lady. Take off my blouse. Ooh. Yes, me lady. Owen. Parker. Yes, milady. Take off my skirt. Ooh. Yes, milady. Owen Parker. Yes, milady. Take off my shoes. Ooh. Yes, milady. Owen Parker. Ooh. Yes, milady. Don't let me catch you wearing my clothes again! There you go. There's my tribute to David Graham, who sadly did die. He was the voice of Parker and did resurrect the voice for the Thunderbirds Argo reboot series in 2015. The only original character to return from the original Thunderbirds TV show. And yes, very, very sad. Very, very sad indeed. But there you go. Happens to us all. And there you go. David Graham. He was 90. I think he was 99, I think. So, Jesus. Very well done to Parker. 99. I have mini champs cars, the most of which are my all-time hero, Michael Schumacher, says Champ 92. Nice. Who's looking forward to Josh's F1 2017 stream during the break? Yes, me. God, those C5s were crap. Yes, they were. How long till he smashes the game? I reckon about a minute. Those were pretty damn bad. Yes, they were. I don't know. Josh had an Andre Modus shirt in his last Cruel Room video. The stream will be over before it starts. You can guess which driver will be first. Sinclair C5, solid vehicle, says Will. Initials are JP. Hello there. Hello, Mr. Poe. Welcome to the stream. He's going to keep in brand after all. Quiz. No. Yes. Marco to Ricardo. You're fired. A minute's silence for Zane Maloney's career. Lewis Hamilton, 8 times champion with Ferrari potentially. Oh, God. It goes without saying, but I wouldn't feel right if Norris wins the championship. It would feel right. It would make a mockery of the sport. Will would drag Vettel kicking and streaming out of retirement to replace Norris since he's such a simp. Bottas with a contract extension. Why? Just why? Exactly. Stop dissing us Yorkshire people. I have a sinking feeling Zool will be kept. Joe will be kept just because Sauber are legally obliged not to do anything exciting. This is very true. Well, a testament to that is Valtteri Bottas. I wonder what KD will do when Leclerc wins a championship. A fully deserved champion. Leclerc is as much of a bottle job as Norris. Lebois disagree, but I rate that take. 2025 is the only chance McLaren has to win both championships in one go. The engine reg changes will send them backwards as they are only a customer team. This is true. There's one Dutch woman that was hosting Top of the Pops in 1996. She had a funny name. Bear Van Beers. Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, Bottas drops another position. Josh will 2K subs by 2026 because he's a Yorkshireman. Andy Peters from CBBC was in Toy Story. Yes, he was. You won't see him again the way you wouldn't see any of the DR Sports minus a few people if Arsenal win PL. Get Zane Maloney on the all season. He'll be in F1 so he needs any relevance he can get. She said she was quitting Skyrim. Did she say that? Oh, I didn't know that. Wowzers. Bottas dropping positions like Harry Edie was at a fantasy. Literally new players would join each week and debut ahead of Mr. E. Madness. Bet that 88-year-old kicks everyone's arse. I bet she does. I've got her channel. First time I've ever seen it. It was just recommended to me on YouTube. No idea why, to be honest. I do get some funny things recommended to me, but it may be because of all the sort of clicking I'm doing on YouTube, looking at certain things, inspiration for video ideas and stuff like that these things crop up. But yeah, 88 years old, 1.3 million subscribers. A lot of people would say, you're just being jealous, but no. There's no ounce of jealousy in my bones. If she's 88 years old, she's got 1.3 million subscribers. All I can say is bloody well done. Bloody well done. Honestly, yes. Get Culled from GTA for the season. That would be easy. He cannot speak. Yes, that's true. If I have trouble with me AI one week, I will get Culled on the all seasons. Let's talk about my PS3 hard drive corrupting and losing my 14 years worth of game. Let's talk about this, everyone, because, Mr. Boaz had a very sad time. His PS3 hard drive, only 14 years old, don't forget, which is a criminal amount of time for a hard drive to last. It's, should have been 30 to 40 years at least. Only 14. I mean, come on now. Blimey. What are you doing, Sony? Can't you build a proper hard drive or what? Well, actually, Sony don't build hard drives. They never have done. But you get my point. Yes, so he's lost his hard drive. Now listen, young man, I hope you backed up the saves to the cloud, because otherwise all you got to do is download the games again. You haven't really lost anything. If you didn't back up the game saves to the cloud, then I'm afraid you've only got yourself to blame. Yes, only got yourself to blame. Because as I say, everything else can be downloaded again. All the games, all the game data, and if you've got them all on disk, you can just put the disk back in and it will reload the game back in. Anything like that, it's just all there. You can get the latest update for the PS3 off the Sony website as well to get you going again. So the only thing that you actually physically lose is the game saves. But if you put that into the cloud, you haven't lost them either. So there you go. There's my thing. If you've lost any of that, only yourself to blame. Josh put Leclerc first in his driver ratings. This Dave is an entertainer through and through, man. Well, thank you. I try my best. You don't get any of this on the Hour channel. No, you don't get this. There's no way I can put anyone else but Max in first place, to be honest. Once again, cannot take it, Josh ranking seriously. He literally uses twist correct, twist corrector. Remember those other top of the pop hosts? Josh is fair, says Will. Josh is cruel, that's for damn sure. Like some musician nowadays, forget him. Josh does anything for the viewer money. Thank you, Bra. Someone who knows his stuff. Get Steve Jones on the All Seasons. Get Mark Webber on the All Seasons. You're both talking absolute nonsense. Get David Coulthard on the... Oh, my God. 2 hours, everyone. I've run out of time. 2 hours. Run out of time. I've got to go. I haven't the internet to be able to connect the PS4. I'm on data only. Oh, Mr. Bra. Seriously. Right. If you haven't already done it, when you put the new hard drive in, okay, get yourself a little USB flash drive. I'm sure you probably got one hanging around somewhere, yeah. And when you've done that, any game saves you've got, put them on the USB stick, and just leave the stick plugged into the PS3. I've got one plugged in permanently all the time. So when you've saved something off what games you're playing, save them also onto the USB stick. So if you lose it off the hard drive, you've still got it on the stick and you can download all the saves back on again from the stick. So you don't need internet. You don't need internet to do PS3 if you haven't got it. You can just save them onto a stick. And then you've always got 2 copies of the saves then. So if you lose it like you already have done, then you can just re-download it off the USB stick. There's my tip for you. There you go. Get Lee McKenzie. Oh, Lee McKenzie. Notice the way I say that, boys. Lee McKenzie, yes. Anyway, before I get taken off YouTube for good, I should wrap it up now. No F1, guess you'll have to watch the channel, Dave. Literally, yes. It's working. I just had to reformat it, which meant deleting all my... Oh, right, okay. Delete all your data. Yeah, I say, you get all the data to come back. Every time you put a disc back in, it will reload all the data that's on it. So it's just your saves. That's all you lose is your saves. But as I say, in future, put them on a stick. Once you've saved something, and once you've finished with the game, you can then download it onto a stick and just leave it on the stick. I've got one in there all the time. Just leave it on the stick. And if anything happens, like you lose the disk drive, you've got it on the stick. And you don't need the internet, so you're fine. You can pick up flash drives because you only need a really small one because the save data is ridiculous. I've got every PS3 game and I think it comes to about 2 gig of save data. So, you don't need a big one. You can get like a little, I think nowadays they're about 16 gig minimum, but you can pick them up for a £5 off of Amazon and it will save all your games and then you won't have that problem again. I know it's frustrating, but yeah. Okay, there you go. I've got to go. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. This is the last Hookster Talks because we got the autumn break now for F1. I don't know why we got a break, but we got the autumn break now. So there won't be any F1 that I can talk about. I can't talk about the race that's gone past or the race that's in the future because there isn't going to be any. So I'm going to take a break for it's only going to be 2 weeks, I think, and then I shall be back for the final push. I shall be back for the Thursday before the next Grand Prix, which will be the COTA one. So that'll only be in, I think, 2 weeks. So it's only going to be a 2-week break. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. Thank you to everyone in the stream tonight. Look at all the people and the comments. Doesn't actually tell me how many there is, but there's hundreds of comments. So thanks to Bois. Bye, old git. Yes, bye, Bois. Thanks to Bois. Thanks to, I can't say your first name, so I'm going to say Regara as your second name. Thanks to Plynor Plessy. Thanks also to Will F1, of course, the official member of the Lando Norris Fan Club Association. Get your membership in now. F1 video. Yes, during the break, I will be working on the videos. I've got the F1 98 to finish. In fact, I've almost finished the editing on that. So I've just got to do the commentary. Then I shall start working on the F1 2001. It won't be finished before we come back, but it'll be, coming along, and then it will be out at some point. Hopefully, probably be a Christmas special, I would think. That's probably what will happen. It'll be a Christmas special. So there you go. So thank you to Bois, to Plynor Plessy, to Will F1, to Laurie as well. Thanks for joining the chat. To Champ92. Just scrolling up the chat here, see if I've missed anyone. There was a few. only said a few things. Helium Trophy, thank you, sir, for joining me in the chat tonight. There was a few that left one comment and then left again. Which I don't blame them. I can't find them now. DJM99, thank you, sir, for being in the chat tonight. Who else we got? There was 2 randoms. Oh, I don't think it's going to go right to the top. No, it doesn't go right to the top of the chat because it's run out of memory space to put it on the top. So that's it. If I've forgotten anyone, I do apologise. But as I say, there's no room left. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. Just go back to the bottom in case someone's left one at the bottom. I think I'd rather a lump of coal. Yes. Me too. Me too. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. You've been awesome as always. As I say, there'll be a quick break, a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back for the final push, the final 6 races of the 2024 grueling season of 24 races. Yes, very grueling indeed. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you, everyone. Awesome as always. And I'll catch you in a couple of weeks. Thank you and good night.